I'm Nikita and I've been practicing yoga for about maybe nearly 15 years. I went along with a friend to my first yoga class to try Ashtanga, and I was a bit sceptical. I'd never tried anything like that before, but I really enjoyed it and I felt amazing afterwards physically, and I was hooked. I felt really light. And then I went back to a few more and I found that it had more than just a physical benefit. I felt great mentally, really sharp and clear. I was sleeping better. I felt emotionally really high all the time. I felt wonderful, for want of a better word. I had some ideas about the kind of people that practiced yoga. I figured that they were all hippies, and that was good because I'm definitely a hippie and I always have been. I don't know how I'd never come across yoga before. I think I just was never really into physical exercise because I had thoughts of PE from, oh my God, thoughts of PE from school. So I never really wanted to get into that kind of thing. Also, at the time, I wasn't into chanting or wearing harem pants. But then as I got into yoga, I realised it was about more than that. My connection and my understanding to yoga is constantly evolving. So sometimes it's just a physical practice. Sometimes it's only about the spiritual aspects for me. Sometimes it's just what I'm doing in my everyday life, which I never could have understood before. Sometimes I can't even get onto the mat, but I'm clear now on how I'm practicing yoga and everything that I do. It's definitely evolved as the more I've understood the philosophy of yoga and the science behind it. To begin with, I practice sporadically when I could get to classes, around university and then around work. And then I really got into practicing Ashtanga a lot, and I had a twice daily Ashtanga practice. And then I became pregnant and I couldn't practice in the same way and I couldn't practice as much. And so for the first time in a long time, my asana practice changed, and I felt at first unsettled about that. And then it kind of, I understood that this is the essence of yoga, to evolve with it, to allow it to grow with me in my life. And I changed the frequency with which I practice. And at one point when my daughter Lola, when she was born, I couldn't practice for a couple of weeks at a time. As she's grown older, I've been able to practice more frequently. So now I do have a regular asana practice, but there was a long time that I didn't have a regular asana practice. Even if you're not on your mat every day, you are practicing every day. And I don't know another type of yoga as powerful as being a mum. I mean, you're constantly being tested and challenged and having to find your inner stillness and peace so that you can just function without losing your head. If I'm not meditating in some way, I definitely feel that I'm short of patience. I'm quite a fiery person, so I can lose my temper, I can be aggressive. That's what's inside. And I manage that with my yoga practice. And my family, my friends, my partner, they all know if I haven't had a practice. So I do use it for when I'm feeling stressed. And when my brother died, I didn't practice for a while and I felt completely lost, and I managed to handle my grief by getting a dedicated practice back. And actually it was when my brother died that I then decided to go to India and train to teach. So it was a catalyst for me making yoga my life, my 100% my life. When I'm practicing yoga, I feel more connected. I understand the synchronicities, I feel the coincidences, I feel myself. Before that, I was blissfully unaware of any of that, I guess. And it's not always an easy path to have lost that ignorance, but it's an important one, and to me it's really beautiful. And I think yoga has definitely changed my course of life, and I'm happy about that. My asana practice has evolved in different ways.